Immigration advocates now suing to get at-risk detainees out of a detention center in Conroe, Texas. That's just north of Houston. They claim the detainees are highly vulnerable to illness and may die if exposed to COVID-19. An agency spokesperson says they are taking steps to protect detainees and people who work at that facility. Here's Channel 5's Christian Von Pricey.
ICE says their staff has been working since March to find ways to limit the spread of the coronavirus inside detention centers, managing thousands of detainees in centers all around the country, including the Port Isabel Detention Center outside Los Fresnos. A former head of that agency from 2014 says there is a risk involved in continuing operations.
Every single day, thousands of ICE employees, officers, agents, contractors work in these facilities. By nature, these facilities are incredibly vulnerable to infectious diseases. It is impossible to engage in some of the social distancing practices that we are all currently engaged in.
Former interim director John Sandwig says the layout of these facilities makes it hard to control the spread of disease. He says many people in ICE custody are not guilty of major crimes and could be released and monitored.
This can be done in a way where nobody is going to get a free pass. We can release these individuals subject to alternatives to detention, electronic monitoring, physical check-ins, telephonic check-ins, all the tools that ICE has and uses successfully to ensure that people remain compliant with the release orders.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement says in March, they assembled a team of medical experts and detention staff. That team did several things. It identified 160 people who were at higher risk of serious complications from the illness and released them. They also limited the number of new detainees being let in. They've implemented a criteria for testing any new detainees for fever and respiratory symptoms. They say anyone who meets risk criteria is isolated away from the general population. They say they've reduced the population at detention facilities to promote social distancing. But advocates say more can be done.
And if ICE acts now, we can seriously mitigate the threat, allow those facilities to go through social distancing practices that we all are to further reduce the risk. But at the same time, do nothing to weaken the mission of the agency, which is to enforce the immigration laws.
ICE says it will continue following through with its plans during this pandemic to slow the spread inside detention centers. Christian Von Pricey, Channel 5 News, Weslaco.